year in
would have
office.
been. In fact,
Yeah.
he's been attending.
Yeah, he's been attending
Yes.
the baptism.
Yes, that's what I'm asking. If this,
Yes.
I mean, I was thinking probably because it was his last year in
Couldn't
office,
make-
he would have been
Yesterday
there.
he wasn't there, so Justice Getwitokonu was there, the Attorney General, Godfrey Ebuadami was there, Justices of the Supreme Court, Justices of the Court of Appeal, and Justices of the High Court, Circuit Court, and other, what have you, retired judges, lawyers, Ghana Bar Association, and all that. Actually, everybody was there. Yes. So it was a special service held with the profile of these judges were read, and also a sermon delivered, and all that. But during the moment to speak to the people, the president of the Ghana Bar Association took time to reflect on some of these things, what has happened, where we have gotten the need for us to bury some of these things. Okay, so that's the three judges on your. So if you go to the Supreme Court, you say this. So these are the three, the best of the three. So we fought absolutely. So there was a reef laying yesterday before the service actually started. So and all that. So the president is saying that violence cannot. We should eschew that thing to go for violence, and then make sure that whatever we do as a country, we'll have this at the back of our mind and improve. Election is coming. The recently voter registration exercise, the limited voter, brought a lot of issues and violence and all that. We should eschew that. He's also been making a point about how people describe some judges as political judges, NDC judge, NDP judge. But no, during the training of a judge and all that, you don't have that in anywhere that this person is an NDC judge or an NPP judge. We know of a judge, so we should eschew that part of target. Make sure that. And also make a call for some form of protection. You know, at the time when Justice Senior Jomefe was the president of the Association of Magistrates and Judges, there was a call that he made that there should be a closed circuit television around the certain premises of the court to enhance security and all that. And if you go to the court, you'll notice that there are some court warrant officers all over. The police officers you see stationed in some of the court or the courts. They are called court warrant officers.
Okay.
Some of them don't have ammunition protection of a sort. You know, some of them do. At the high court, the superior court, some of them do have their guns and other stuff. But if you go to the lower courts, those people do not have. He reiterated that call for them to have it. And let's go and hear from Mr. Yao Echampong, who is the president of the Ghana Bar Association, the message that he's been having for the people yesterday at the gathering.
The 2024 general elections are little over 5 months away. It is not in doubt that the stakes are even higher. We cannot afford to witness and deal with similar acts of threats, intimidation, violence, vigilantism, and lawlessness, which can affect the peace and stability of Ghana and our general quest to consolidate our democratic rule and accelerate economic development. Yet still, the marking of a day like this should serve as a constant reminder of the need of the state, government, and management of the judicial service to enhance the security and safety of judges at all levels of the judiciary. For example, the recent reported killing of a principal magistrate in Kenya in open court should serve as a useful lesson for us. It so happens that some of our courts in this country, especially at the lower courts, do not have court warrant officers. And even when they do, the said CWOs are not equipped with the requisite weapons for their protection and that of others. Some few years ago, Justice Senu Damabe of the Court of Appeal, as the then president of the Association of Judges and Magistrates of Ghana, made a call for the installation of closed-circuit television cameras at the courts to ensure surveillance of criminals and unscrupulous persons who may want to target judges and other court users. The GBA finds that call still relevant and implores upon government and management of the judicial service to give it a serious consideration. A safe and secure judiciary is essential in ensuring that our judges and magistrates and court staff work and discharge their legal duties and go about the resolution of their cases without fear or favor and in upholding the rule of law. The GBA assures our judges of our unflinching solidarity and enduring respect. Please, continue to remain resolute and fearless in the discharge of your judicial oath of doing justice to all manner of persons, without fear or favor or affection or ill will, and with integrity and professionalism. The GBA also implores upon our judges to endeavor to pursue all acts of impropriety, biases, improper influences, but work in fidelity to the judicial oath and the Constitution and the general laws of Ghana of doing justice to all manner of persons. The GBA also calls on all Ghanaians to strive to be more resolute, fearless, and vocal in defending the rule of law and the independence of the judiciary and dignity of our judges, which is essential in ensuring a stable and effective constitutional order. It will ensure social and political stability in Ghana and necessary for our economic well-being and development through the guarantee of effective accountability of other state institutions and actors of the realm. We must spare the judiciary our divisive partisanship. It is very sad that public commentary relative to cases of immense public interest pending in courts have taken on a political coloration. I'll at this stage reiterate a statement I made in my speech at the 2023 Annual General Conference of the Ghana Bar Association held at the New Examination Center, University of Campus. There is no training module at the Judicial Training Institute known as MPP JAD, NDC JAD, CPP JAD, for anyone to tag a judge as an MPP JAD, an NDC JAD, or CPP JAD. There is only one judiciary established under Chapter 11 of the 19th. I want to place on record that as a member of the Appointments Committee of the Judicial Council, at no stage of the interview and evaluation process of an appointment to any level of the judiciary is the political affiliation or leanings of an applicant a requirement. Reported accounts and commentaries about the events of 30th June 1982 in terms of antecedents and aftermath reveal men and actors who were driven by hate, prejudice, intolerance, and violence. We must ensure that our actions never again lead to the martyrdom of any judge. Violence of any sort of shape, or whatever its context, cannot be tolerated or justified. Violence has never been a veritable solution to any disagreement or differences in any civilized democracy. That should be the case in Ghana, because in the end, violence and vigilantism and lawlessness only destroys the nation and its people, and is a killer of dreams and an anathema to progress and development. As Martin Luther King once said, returning violence for violence multiplies violence. May the events of 30th June 1982 never happen again. Let us use this day to remember and reflect on the heinous crimes perpetrated on 30th June 1982. The lives that were brutally cut short, dreams that were abruptly ended for no justifiable cause, and their impact on the families involved. 30th June of every year since 1982 has always given us the opportunity to break with some of our ignominious past. Let us as people resolve to pursue and sustain a path of peace, love for one another, mutual respect and tolerance for one another, and eschew all acts of violence and lawlessness.
Okay, so that's the president of the Ghana Bar Association,
Yes.
Yabuafo.
A champion. So yesterday he took turn to explain or admonish in certain areas. One, election violence. Two, declaration of NDC, MPP
judges and all of that. So some good calls that were made there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into the cases that we're expecting to come up in court today. Cocoa Bud case
yes,
is still ongoing.
today is 3rd July.
Yes.
Previous day was
It was a holiday,
national
but
day.
today it is not a holiday. No holiday for anybody. So today,
the holiday has been shifted to August, right?
today is not a holiday. We are commemorating the day. So we'll go to court.
1st July is a Republic Day.
Upuni will go to court.
Yeah, Dr.
Yeah,
Republic.
yeah.
So what's up there?
It's back in court. So the safe defense witness for Seidu Agongo is expected back in court today for further evidence in chief. So that officer is from Ghana Standard Authority, and you notice the issue of testing of cocoa ball, testing of little weight fertilizer and all that. the Ghana Standard Authority had a role to play. So an officer from that institution is in court before Justice Abuaji Tando. She has started her testimony and is expected to continue, or in an attempt to clarify the point that the little bit fertilizer that was bought by Cocoa Board and supplied the cocoa farmers were very effective, and it was not as worthless as has been portrayed by the prosecution, as has been claimed by the prosecution. So it's still mounting defense. Businessman Sedu Agungu and Agri-Courts Ghana Limited. And Dr. Stephen Kompnopuni is the first accused person.
Beige Bank case is also on today.
Yes. So the 15th defense witness. So the indication now is that we are getting close to about 20 witnesses. Because there have been some witness statements that have been filed and all that. So the 15th is in the witness box, and he has started with his evidence in chief. Today he is expected to continue with it by way of reading his witness statement. He has started that, he didn't conclude it. So before Justice Efiasewa Sariboje, he will do that. And at the last court sitting, the lawyers made a prayer that some of their witnesses are out of the jurisdiction, so they will have to testify via a video link. The court granted, Justice Efiasewa Sariboje granted that request and said, subject to the acceptance by the Chief Justice. The Chief Justice ought to accept that particular request before it can work. So Justice Efiasewa Sariboje has granted that prayer, subject to the CJ also assent or agreeing to that. And when that happens, anybody that the accused person intends to call by way of the 61 witnesses that he has said, when the person is not available, there's an opportunity for the person to testify via a video, wherever the person may be in God. So that is in relation to what happened. But today, we expect the 15th defense witness of Michael Nyineku to continue with his evidence in chief by way of his witness statement. Then the prosecution will take over cross-examination. So that's what we expected.
All right, Captain. Thank you very much.